Hi, my name is Bukola and I am your host on IBISS TV. Thank you all for joining me on the show today. With me in the studio today, I have a very, very special guest. She is the founder of Christ in My Thought. She is a wife. She's a mother. And she also has a daycare, a life change daycare. She's going to talk more about that. Join me as I welcome Pastor Olawumi Oyetuga.
Thank you, Sister Bukola.
Good to see you here today. You look good, by the way.
You don't look bad yourself.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'm so honored, actually. I'm so honored. Let's talk about Christ in My Thought. What a big name to me. I mean, talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so Christ in My Thoughts is something that happened to me, I wouldn't say out of the blues. I didn't see it coming.
Okay.
I just realized, there's this thing and I write just short, sentences. And then I would just throw it somewhere or send it to someone and they would be like, wow, it meant this to them.
Wow.
And I realized most of those things are just random things that happen during the day. Just like you're driving down and you see something and I'll think about it later and then it will make sense in a different way. And then I just started blogging, little by little, and then finally it became a book.
Wow, that's
long
good.
Story behind that one. I didn't see it coming, but praise God, it's a book, and it's just filled with, things that happened to me. They are all personal stories.
Wow.
And how God interpreted those, little moments of the day into something bigger. So, yeah, that's
and
Christ
here
in
we
My
are,
Thoughts.
Christ in My Thought. What
Yep.
a beautiful, you can see that's a beautiful book. And where can we get Christ in My Thought, actually?
If you live in Saskatoon, where we are, you can get it from McNally Robinson on 8th Street
That's on it.
or
Good.
Universal Church Supplies, downtown 2nd Avenue.
Okay.
Or you can message me.
Yes.
Or find me. Yep.
And get
And it's
it.
on Amazon.
And it's on Amazon.
Yes,
Okay.
it's on Amazon. Amazon, US, Canada, and UK. So wherever you are, you can get it through Amazon.
Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
You deal with kids, I would
I
say,
do.
on a daily basis,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There is this misconception about giving reward to kids and starting bribery from home, corruption from home. How would you describe reward and how would you describe corruption or bribery at home?
Actually, I would not use the word corruption yet.
Okay.
Yet, because
Okay.
we're talking about children, but also bearing in mind that children learn from adults. And the reason God gave children to adults and not children to children is so we can guide them.
Exactly.
And there was something funny I saw the other day about children copy what the adults do. What they see me do, they copy it. But this person said, well, I clean and they don't clean.
Ooh, so it's different.
So it's really easy when we do the wrong thing for them to copy us than when we do the right thing. So as a parent, there is the place to give them gifts. There is a place to reward good behavior. But you have to know the difference between when you're turning it into an entitlement behavior. And I think that's where we have a problem with giving gifts. Why are you giving them that gift?
The gift.
What's your motive behind it? And how are they interpreting your motive? So I think those two things come to play in how giving gifts now turn into corruption.
Into corruption.
Yeah.
Now, so if we are trying to shaping the behavior of our kids permanently to get to know this is what I do in the morning, this is what I do after school, don't you think reward can actually undermine that?
I think the first reward we need to give our children or the children we work with
Yeah.
should come in words of affirmation,
Okay.
gratitude. I mean, in kindergarten, we say, oh, share and say please and thank you. Well, how about we say it back to them too? So your child gets home from school, lunch bag is out of the backpack, they've put everything where it should be. Say, oh, I'm happy you did that. That makes mommy happy that you didn't wait for me to tell you to do it and you did it. You give them a hug, give them a high five. We live in Canada, so there's way to go, good job, there's all those words. And at a certain stage, they get used to that, that you don't even need to give them gifts. just hearing mom or dad or teacher or auntie say,
Good
wow,
things about them.
good job, great, that made me really happy, you did good. They look forward to that.
To that.
More than any gift can give them joy.
Beautiful. So I've seen so many kids with behavioral problems, struggling to do things, So do you think reward would help a kid with behavioral problems?
I think they're two different things.
Okay.
Because sometimes behavioral problems need therapy.
Yeah.
Some do need therapy. And there is the behavioral problem that's just a lack of good parenting.
Two things.
Yes. Lack of good parenting in the sense that, nobody was born with a certificate or a degree in how to parent. We have to learn it daily.
And you're also into parenting. Let me cut you
Yes.
that. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I'm into parenting. I do blog about parenting also on my
okay.
Instagram and Facebook pages.
Okay.
And I run a daycare, just like you said,
Yes.
Life Center Christian Daycare. And one of the things I've noticed with working with children, mine, in church and from the daycare, is the fact that everything that a child does is a learned behavior. And they're picking it off the adults in their life. So some behavioral problem is not necessarily a problem that needs therapy. I will use a very good example. You're from Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria.
That's right.
When Nigerian mothers get angry, what do? We yell.
Exactly. We shout.
Yes. That's what we saw our parents do.
Exactly.
We saw them do it, so we're modeling it back to our children.
That's right.
But at the stage came for me personally when I realized my oldest will just yell at the youngest when she wants to get our attention or she's done something wrong. And I will be like, why are you screaming? Why are you yelling? Then finally it dawned on me that, oh, okay, she's copying me. That was a wake-up call for me to back down. Like, okay. And if you look at it, sometimes you can yell all you like. Sometimes the behavior
doesn't make
change.
anything. Make any difference.
So why not save your vocal cords? Why not save yourself the headache and the sweaty feeling you get when you yell and talk in a normal voice? And that seems to get their attention a lot more than yelling would do. So behavioral issues, there are some that definitely needs therapy. Could be a chemical imbalance. I'm a registered nurse too. So
you have a lot of things going on together. That's good.
So it could be a chemical imbalance. It could be something that medication might be needed. It might just be that they need some behavioral readjustment. And the problem with that is most times the best way to do that is through consistency. Which this present age parents
we lack. We lack that. Time. We don't have time for it.
But I also say it this way: we have time. We just haven't figured out how to reprioritize our lives. To make that time. We have the time.
So, are you saying that giving reward to behavioral kids could not help them?
Most times it would not.
It would not, okay.
Let's say, for example, you go grocery shopping. So we've had a talk in the car about this is the grocery list, this is what we're buying, and kids do that. So you get in there, they grab something, they want it, and then you say, no, that's not on the list, we're not getting that. And they start screaming, and everyone is looking at you. So then you're thinking, oh, you're feeling embarrassed because your child is misbehaving in the public. And before you know it, you're like, okay, yeah, just for today, put it in the cart, and then you pay for it. Guess what? The next time you go shopping, that child is going to repeat that again.
Exactly.
Because now they've seen your weakness. You would rather not be embarrassed in public.
Yes. So
consistency is like a big part of parenting. Consistency, like this behavior, you've seen that something triggers it. Yes. What is the thing that triggers it? Now figure out how to deal with it. So I would say to that child, my child, you know what, next time I'm going grocery shopping, you are not coming with me. Because you haven't learned how to behave when we go grocery shopping. Now I know in this part of the world we run into the problem of, so where am I going to put that child when I go grocery shopping? Well, figure it out. You might have someone to like keep him for 1 hour. And the child needs to know that the reason you're not going with me It's because you
Because what you
misbehaved the
did last time. Yes.
So then after a few periods, then you can say, okay, we're going to do a trial. You're coming with me today. Remember what we talked about.
Wow.
And when the child wants to try to misbehave, all you might have to say is, remember? What we talked about. Yeah.
So some school of thought thinks that because kids, they get reward for things that they do, they get gifts, they tend to be manipulative at a time or being callous. You know, they know they are going to get something, so they want to work their ways around it. Yes. Do you think that school of thought is right?
I think to some extent we are indirectly getting our children to be materialistic.
That's another thing.
Materialistic in the sense that the world we currently live in, everything changes so fast. So there's iPhone 7, there's iPhone 8, there's 9, there's 10, now there's 11 on the way, or something like
Pro.
that. Yes. And everybody has Dora shoes. Everybody has you know, all the cartoon characters.
And you want to, yeah, I get
and
that.
we as the adults, we're trying to fit in. So we're getting what our friends have. So then the children see it.
And
so then when they ask for it, to them, there's nothing wrong in asking because they see you trying to, oh, my friend
to be
has
like this person.
I have it. So they want to be that. If we now use that as a reward for good behavior, for good grades and all that, then we're not teaching them the proper work ethics, the proper academic ethics of study hard so that you get a good grade for yourself, not because dad or mom will give me this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So giving them gifts and turning it into something they feel that they are entitled to, that you have to do it for them, that's where the problem is. So once you start feeling that your children are beginning to feel like, I deserve to get that,
because
then you've raised the problem and you are the only one that can fix it.
So at that time, should we say reward is getting complicated?
Yes. It's becoming something that they're holding you responsible, that you have to do
it.
Yeah. There are certain things we have to do for our children. If you're a Christian, you have to raise them in the way of the Lord.
Exactly.
God expects that from you.
From us.
Physically, you know, in the natural sense, even animals provide shelter for their children, right?
That's right.
So as a parent, you have to. I mean, now, what kind of shelter
are you providing?
Yeah. And what environment are they growing up? Those are the things we have to provide for our children. There are the things that are wants that you might be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should get you a new pair of shoes because you've been really, really well behaved.
That's
good grades
right.
and all that. Just out of the blue, it's not tied to a specific behavior like, oh, you mowed the lawn, I'll pay you.
I'll pay you.
You did the dishes, I'll pay you. You cleaned your bathroom, I'll pay you. They're not your servants, so why are you paying them?
Paying them for, oh.
They live in your house. You cook in the kitchen. They clean up after you're done cooking. That's something that should happen naturally.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be something I have to pay you for cleaning the kitchen. Excuse me, you're going to eat the food.
Of course, yeah.
So that's how I see it. That's how I see it.
So do you think, I know we have cultural differences, like back home and here. Would you be able to differentiate between what you experience and what you are probably struggling with right now, trying to mold the kids into?
Yeah. For where we grew up, right, there were certain things that you don't even talk about. There are certain things you don't even ask your parents for, you know, past your regular school fees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, why would I ask my dad or my mom that because I swept the yard,
Then,
call it compound in Nigeria,
compound,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, but in Canada it's the yard. So because I swept the yard, so I expect my dad to give me money for that. Like, it's probably going to look like did she just say that and probably even ignore you if you don't get hands laid on you. But here we have, and I've seen this argument go on Facebook about paying your children for chores. And I take an exception to the language, to the word paying.
Paying.
You can give them something, but you're not paying them.
For doing
because you live in that house together. Everything that it needs to be kept well should be a joint effort. So everybody should have a chore. Now, if they do their chore very well, you can appreciate them and say, oh, you guys have worked hard this weekend to mow the lawn or clear snow or whatever. let's go for ice cream.
Exactly.
But that's not going to be every weekend that you mow the lawn. When you now turn it into, I'm going to mow the lawn and then you're going to buy me ice cream, then I think there's a problem there.
Exactly.
There's a problem there. And we're raising a generation, generally, we're raising a generation that expects something for whatever you do.
For which is not
And
right.
that's not
because
right, because we all live in this world together. We have to join hands together to make it a good place.
Exactly.
So if I need to be rewarded for every little thing that I do, then what are we really raising people to be? It's going to raise them to become people that they won't appreciate things because it's always been handed over to them. And they're going to take things for granted.
For granted, yeah.
And we don't need that.
And I think the sense of responsibility, like I am responsible for the days at home, will be out of it when we keep giving reward.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. And we might end up raising sons and daughters that will get married and expect the other person to do something because, you know, I've always been paid to do it. Now nobody's paying me to do it. So when you get married, are you not going to do your dishes? Because there's no more dad to pay you for it. That's where the problem of the paying comes in. We have to take responsibility, like you said. These are things that need to be done. I mean, in our workplaces, if you have a kitchen or a staff lunchroom and there's a microwave, well, when you use it, you clean it.
Exactly.
You don't leave your mess for the next person.
person.
So if you can't clean your if you can clean your microwave at work,
Then
what stops you cleaning it at home? Why should you be paid to do that?
So, do we have any biblical references that we can use to back this up?
I think the main Bible reference that I will use is, you know, there is one that says, love your neighbors as you love yourself. Okay. Whatsoever your hands finds to do, do it well. Meaning you're not expecting a reward. You're just doing it as unto the Lord and you're doing it well.
Well.
You're serving others. Like you will want them to serve you.
Of course.
But even if they don't serve you back, you're serving others knowing that whatever you're doing it unto the Lord. If we will just guide ourselves with that notion of there is a heavenly God looking at me and what I am doing, and I want to do it right to please Him, then we'll be able to take away the expectation to be rewarded, even as adults. Children watch us. They're looking at us. They see how we do things. If we can just serve, we serve one another. We serve whether in the church, in your local church, you're at your place of work, wherever you find yourself. You do things for others. Just out
without
of love,
expecting
out
something
of
in return.
respect. Yes. Then you'll be able to model it to your children too, that you know what, it's good to help others. Because when you help others, you're paying it forward. There's a time you're going to need help.
Exactly.
And then God will leave someone up there to help you.
Which might not necessarily be the people that you help.
Most times it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, most times it's not.
So in conclusion right now, you're saying reward is different from, gift is different from reward, and reward is different from starting corruption at home.
Yes. when we give for every little thing that our kids do, then we're turning into corruption. Then we're raising them to expect for every little thing. I mean, you know where we're from. You need a document signed, you need to drop something.
Drop something!
You need this done, you need to drop something. How did we get there?
And this happened to me recently. I traveled and I saw a lot of things. I'm like, okay, so we are still in Africa. We are still in Nigeria. There is no difference, you know. Wow.
Yeah. So in countries where corruption has eaten really deep into the system, the children can see it. And we can start correcting it from home.
Exactly.
You know, with differentiating when we're spoiling children by giving them everything because they've done something right, to when we let them know that, you know what, at this stage of your life, it's your responsibility to go to school. I'm paying for it. You go there and study and come back with good grades. If you're struggling, let me know and we'll get you help. And come back with a certificate. Because really, look at it. Your child is doing really well at school and all that. When they graduate from school, whose name is on the certificate? It's theirs.
It's not going to be mine.
They're the one that's going to get a job based on that certificate. Wow. So let them own it as something they did for themselves. Not something that they accomplished because mommy gave $100 every time they got a 90.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
You're taking a little bit of power and joy from that certificate from them. When you do that.
Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I have gained a lot today. I am so, so happy that I have the special guest in the studio with me today. Pastor Wumi, I want you to talk about Life Change Daycare.
Life Center.
Yeah. Life Center Daycare.
So, of recent, somebody told me, a colleague at work actually, when I kind of messaged some of my colleagues to say, well, this is what has kept me busy all summer and all that. She's like, you're crazy. And I thought about it, and for the first time I said, yeah, you know what, I'm crazy for Jesus. Exactly. So some of the things that happen in my life are things that have been there since the beginning, but I just never knew. I remember way back as a young person that every church that I belonged to, I really didn't work in the children's ministry. But if there's a child in church that's, stressing the mom out, I'll be the first one to be there and grab that baby, So I loved having children around me. And when I relocated here in 2004, I had to be at home for a while. So I would babysit other people's kids and all that. So it gives me joy when I deal with children, when I have children around me. A couple of days ago, we were talking at home about how many children do I have. And, one of my daughters had said, you have 3. No, you have 4. No, you have 5.
I think you have more than that.
Exactly. So I love kids. So for a while, it's been in our mind, myself and my husband, that I should start a business. What else was I going to do apart from nursing? I still nurse, but, find something to do. And I think naturally for him, because I'm a registered nurse, he thought owning a care home, a senior's home would be the best thing. And I'm like, no, actually God is taking me to the beginning of life, not the end of life.
Wow.
I deal with that on my job already. So he's taking me to the beginning. So different? A daycare. So the daycare started and I just got licensed this month.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
For 11 children.
Wow.
And for the children that have come and go through my daycare, it gives me joy when I watch them grow.
Wow.
When I see children come with, good attitudes, some need a little adjustment here and there.
Yeah.
But, it gives me joy to see that what we're doing is producing results.
Exactly.
They're growing physically, mentally.
Spiritually.
A mother the other day said, wow, my daughter knows hexagon. When I was that age, I don't think I knew what hexagon was, So that gives me joy. So Life Center Christian Daycare is one of my ways of serving, even in ministry.
Yeah,
it's one of my ways of serving.
Yeah.
In ministry.
So, Pastor Wumi, we have lots of parents right now who are struggling with reward, gifts, and all of that. In conclusion, what would you say to them? How would you advise them now?
I would say you can do it. It started from somewhere, and when it's time for it to end, it's going to be difficult. Change is not easy.
Exactly.
But take one day at a time. So start a conversation with your child like, okay, you know what? Well, we're going into winter now. So you can say, next summer, actually, I would like for you to mow the lawn without getting paid. Can we do that?
Can we do that?
And if you would like to get paid, how about we canvass our neighborhood and see if there are people that need their lawns mowed?
Wow.
I can go with you and introduce you to them, and then you can make money from there. And because we live in this house together, how about we work together to clean it? So it has to start from a conversation. You can't just stop. Your children won't understand that. They will think you're mean.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you have to have a conversation around it that, you know what, I think what I've been doing is wrong. And parents, please don't be hesitant to accept your fault and to acknowledge it that you're wrong. Don't be. Your children actually respect you more when you can say, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Wow.
So let them know, I think it's time to change this. And I think we're going to start it gradually. So how about we cut this for now? And then gradually we'll reassess and reevaluate and see what else we can adjust.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
You're
I'm
welcome.
really honored. Wow. It's been a
welcome.
wonderful time with Pastor Wumi on the show today. I thank you all so much for joining me today. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's IBISS Show TV, and on Facebook, IBISS Show TV. And you can also send me an email in between I stand at gmail.com. If you have any question, if you want to reach out to me, feel free to do that. Remember that I love you and I would always love you. And bye for now. Bye.